I wonder if there's a historical significance to November 5th.
There is. What up, everybody, and welcome to the FB and Goob Show's weekly sports talk. I'm FB,
I'm the goo.
sponsored by the Good Time Tavern of Livermore, California. How's the Goob?
The goob is good. They got a new haircut, feeling fresh and clean. The NASCAR Final Four is set. The college football has their top four set. But I thought first we'd start possibly with the NBA, if you'd want to do that.
Sure, I can hold off on my NASCAR talk for the NBA. I
Excellent.
have no. It's a better week for the Knicks. So if you want to talk about some NBA, instead of 1-2, we went 2-1. So I mean, I know we only beat the Pistons, lost to the Heat, but you got to start somewhere, you know. So.
Anthony Towns with 44 against the Pistons. I thought that was you know, kind of him
Brunson,
growing into the team a little bit. Pistons beat
sure.
the Lakers, by the way. Just I wanted to throw that into the show.
Always good. Brunson, he's had a couple 29 pointers. He's had, all the five stars or the five starters, they're all scoring, playing well, putting up points. The bench production for the Knicks is not quite there yet. No, I don't know if the return of Mitchell Robinson will change that or you know, what it's going to take. But, I still have high hopes for the kid out of Marquette. I just don't, I don't know where his time is or how much time he's getting on the court as the season begins. You know what I mean? So, looked good in preseason.
Ah, he's a summer league superstar. The kid's little.
So,
He's
yeah,
gonna have
a
to,
summer league
gonna have to be
superstar,
really good.
so. But it doesn't look like McBride or Sims or, these players we expected to come off the bench to score. They're there's not a lot of production out of the bench. So we're
And
gonna lose
we knew that
games.
going in.
Thought it was a
Not a
little better,
surprise.
you
I
know.
mean, like you said, once the playoffs get here, you shorten the bench. Maybe that's when be
Sure.
able to make a run. Kind of like the Dubs are doing right now, 6-1 in Warrior Town. I
Yeah.
got to be a little excited about that.
No.
We even won a couple games without Steph. No Steph Curry. We still won the games. So that was lovely. I
Yeah,
can't say
I don't know. I don't know how you guys are 6-1. I really don't. I mean, I thought you were over. Clay was gone. You're up there with the Celtics who are 7-1. I didn't think you'd be in the same category as the Boston Celtics, should I
sure.
say.
And we're not because we haven't played a tough schedule. We had the Warriors and the Wizards already. I mean the Bullets. Now what's Washington called again? The Washington
Um,
basketball team.
Commanders.
Nice. Anyway, so we haven't had the most difficult of schedules, but we did beat Houston on the road. We have
We
beaten
did.
yeah, we've had beaten some good teams.
Well,
Um,
Phoenix also, is Phoenix on the same as you week schedule, or is just a bunch of old guys making their last hurrah? I don't.
well, I took a look at their schedule. They played a lot of Clippers and Lakers.
Oh,
Um, some Utah. So yeah, they haven't had the most difficult schedule either. It looks like their big three though is kind of all healthy at the same time for once, which is kind of exciting. We've been waiting a year and a half for Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant and Booker to all be healthy, so that's kind of fun. We'll see how far that takes them,
yeah, right. We'll see how long that lasts, to be
as long as the
honest.
health does.
Right. I would agree. You
Yeah.
won without Curry, so that's huge because
Oh,
you
the
didn't
Dubs
think
have
you'd
a
win any
lot of
games
depth.
without Curry. So,
Yeah, no, our buddy Healed Edition has been great. Then just a lot of depth, man. We have depth everywhere. We kept Kaminga and Moses Moody. They're both playing above, head and shoulders above what they were last year. Odds, Podzimski, he's all good. And then we got Dre doing his thing, Looney doing his thing. Trey Jackson Davis, I don't think has missed a basket this entire year. Yeah, you're just getting production from everywhere right now. It's all smooth and bubbly. But I got to warn you, the next three games for the Dubs at Boston,
mm,
at Cleveland,
haven't
at
lost yet.
OKC.
Haven't lost yet.
Yeah, that's one loss combined between the three of those teams, and it's on the road for us all three games. So
Shoot,
we're gonna
that's
be
a
we'll be testing the metal, so to speak, this upcoming week. So it'll be exciting to see us play some legitimate good teams. While I think we are definitely a playoff team, like the Pistons are right now currently, I don't think we're at the level as OKC in Boston.
Yeah, Pistons won what?
Hey, we got three
Yeah,
wins. We got 3 wins. That's more
three
than like
wins.
that's more
That's
than like 10 other teams. We're,
listen, sitting at the
we're
bottom of this whole deal, and I have to ask you, 1-5 76ers. Now I know Embiid's been gone. And then the
and
one
got
and
suspended.
six. Sorry, I just
Oh,
got the sneezes. The
yeah, you
one
did.
and six Bucks. What's the 1 and 6 Bucks about? Do they still have
I mean,
Lillard and
Lillard and Giannis are both averaging 30 points a game. I just don't think the defensive intensity from the former teams are still there. I mean, they can score, but yeah, they're allowing as many points as they gave up. And those Milwaukee Bucks teams of the back in the day that were good, they shut down people defensively. Middleton, it's like remember when Clay had his injuries and went from really good wing defender to terrible wing defender? Chris Middleton has also gone that route. He's a terrible wing defender now. They don't have a lot of other pieces around Giannis to play defense. Brooke Lopez must be 50 years old by now. Bless you. But honestly, yeah, I think they're getting too old in Milwaukee, a little too stale. And Philadelphia, I don't know if Nick Nurse was the right guy to run that team of injured invalids. I don't think it's his fault yet, but we'll see what happens. But I can't see either of those teams turning around their season the way they want to.
no? I do you think they can turn around their season to? I mean, you've got the Pacers with some young talent, the Magic with once again some young talent starting to play well, the Cavs on fire, and then Celtics and the Knicks are going to be there. So I mean, do these? I mean, Bucks and 76ers, these teams, they rebuilding again? But we watched the 76ers rebuild for a long time. So, and
The process.
the process has seemed to got him, it's gotten him here.
It
And
got them close, yeah.
right? But no, it didn't win. That was the wrong process, apparently. So I wonder where they go. Bucks, as you said, just old, not the same, not as intense. Giannis,
Yeah.
very intense. Lillard's old though.
Oh
Lillard's
yeah.
not a young pup.
Oh no.
No.
He's right behind Curry. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, those two have been playing against each other. They're Chris Paul, Damian Lillard, and Steph Curry. Those three out the door very soon.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
this might be a case of for Philly and Milwaukee, maybe just try to sneak in, add a player late in the season, and then see if you could make a run. But yeah, I don't see it going very well.
no, neither do I. Thunder, they're just gonna keep rolling. Just quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can the Thunder or Cleveland go 82-0? I think the Thunder might be able to.
Yeah, I mean the Warriors, one of the games they got coming up. That's probably a win.
Sucker.
It's like speaking of a win, and he got in again, man. He's in the final four again. And this is it. Can 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 Blaney defend his championship
In
in
NASCAR.
NASCAR? Not easy to do in NASCAR. Defend your championship with 32 other guys, and we'll talk about it very shortly here. But 32 other teams that are corporations basically on the racetrack, and 32 other fantastic drivers. Can Blaney get two in a row? Is this playoff format allow you once again, to be somebody who can defend and win a championship? Jimmy Johnson did it. Jeff Gordon did it. I think it's been a while since we've had a back-to-back. So Blaney, with the win this week at Martinsville, well-deserved, 13 laps to go, passed Elliott, who also needed that win because he did not have the points. You had Christopher Bell, and you had, I think, William Byron sitting on points. So now you need a win. And with
That's
13
right.
laps to go, Blaney made the pass. We talked about Blaney with the odds favorite being the top three with Truex, Hamlin, and Blaney last week.
Right.
Blaney came through. That means he won the fall race and the spring race, or however you want to view this in schedule wise. Go Dave Blaney. And he's in with the opportunity to win the championship again. I think that's the biggest storyline. This week had a great storyline, and I'm glad that Logano, or I'm glad Reddick was not a part of it, because this week's race was filled with nothing but insanity.
Yeah.
Because I think one guy was paid to wreck every 5 laps. One guy
It,
just every 5 laps. Caution again, everybody. Hey, you're not a part of anything. You suck. Can you just wreck every few laps to just keep the shit real close? It
yeah.
was weird.
If this was your first time watching NASCAR, you had no freaking clue what was going on. Some people were going at half speed. Some people were just smashing into people like bumper cars.
Dude,
It was madness.
two guys just formed a barrier behind somebody and they just drove next to each other so one guy could stay in front of them. I believe it was Austin Dillon and Chastain blocked for William Byron. They just formed a line. Bubba Wallace literally stopped in the middle of the track so Christopher Bell could pass him to get into the championship, which he had done, except that in the process of passing Bubba Wallace, he was out of control, hit the wall, and then he did the Ross around the wall for the last two
Use the
rails.
wall for momentum.
Yeah, and you can't. Well, I don't know if it was from. Yeah, well, from momentum, he couldn't lose momentum, so he could have corrected from the wreck, I believe. But to correct from the wreck, Bubba Wallace might have passed them again, or literally would have had to stop on the track. You know what I mean, bro? I can't stop. So
Okay.
you got to keep going. All right. I'll do as much as I can. And that in the end is what lost him going into the championship. Because when that race ended, Christopher Bell was number 4 in the race for the championship. He got the spot. And they determined that using 3 and 4 corner as a something to run against is against the rules because of last year, and he was taking the points, put back to 22nd place, and William Byron and Hendricks moves on to the last
All
4.
right. So next week, all 32 cars are racing. We've got Byron, Logano, Reddick, and Blaney. And how do they decide who wins the championship if one of them doesn't win the race?
Highest in points. Everybody's at 5,000 points. If you finish 28th
So whoever
and
finished first.
the other 3 finish 29th, 30th, and 31st, the person at 28th place
All right.
is well,
That
now
guy wins.
hold on.
Okay.
Listen, stage points uh for first, second stage. If you win the first stage and you win the second stage, that's 20 points. This is all about points. So you remember that it doesn't matter where you finish really, 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 really. If you win the first 2 stages, now you got 20 points. If everybody else only got, say, 10, 12, and 15 points out of those 2 stages, you got a 5-point lead. Those guys have to beat you by 5 positions in the end.
Gotcha.
So all you got to do is be top 5. If you win both of the stages and you get 10 points for each, and you're in the top 5, you know what I mean? Unless the other guy
I do.
is second the whole time, then
Sure,
he's
there's
got,
a lot of different circumstances. We get
yes. But
it.
simple math, you know what I mean? That's where you got to be. If you win, you just
You have
want to
to
keep.
win this race. You have to beat those other 3 guys in this race. That's what you have to
Yes,
do.
you do.
All
You
right.
have to be ahead of them in points. A lot of things can happen, but in the end, be the winner
Gotcha.
and you win. So, but a lot of things can happen. Last race at Phoenix should be a good race, man. I'm excited. Packers are on a bye this week, and I think FB's focus will be on that race. I
Hey,
think
let's
I
hope
will
for a
wake
good,
up.
clean fight, boys.
Yeah, well, I'm going to Tesla on Saturday night. Um, the ex is taking the kids, and I am going to Tesla with Stevis up in at a casino. So who knows what's going to happen there? on Saturday night. It's a private show, so it's like 150 people, 200 people watching Tesla. This is gonna be sick. So, yes, let's move on to the sickest thing that happened this week, and that's baseball. And that's the now everybody knows what's happened, but I personally want to just say that one counts. I know it's more than 50 games, and the Los Angeles Dodgers are the 2024. There's no count for you, man. Don't look for it. Are the 2024 World Series champions. All hail the Dodgers. All hail Freddie Freeman. Yeah, I don't know what to say. This is for me in baseball. This is a long time coming. I just want everybody to know that it's a long time coming.
Boo!
I've had to deal with a lot of. Well, this is our year. This is our year. This is our year. This is our year.
I can't throw
And
Jackie.
you didn't throw a Jackie Robinson jersey on the ground, did you? I think that's
I can't throw
sacrilegious in all
Jackie. I can't
sports.
throw Jackie. I
All
know
right.
that's blasphemy.
That is blasphemy. But now listen, hey, I get this one this year. Giants got Buster Posey. He wants to get a shortstop. I think that's a really good frame of mind by Buster.
Hey, can we borrow $1 billion?
You can borrow $1 million.
That's not enough.
That's not enough. That's not going to get us anything. So yeah, I just want to throw that out, and let's bring on the Soto thing. So whatever.
Yeah. If you get Soto, that's gonna suck. That
It's not. You know what else is going to
was
suck?
my official
You
commentary.
know what else is going to suck is that Ohio State's not going to get a bye. Number
Oh
two
yeah.
in the country, and we're not going to get a bye there, big guy.
That was my favorite news of the week after begrudgingly losing to Ohio State again as a Penn State fan. Once again, I buried my head in the sand,
You did.
which
You
is
didn't even
very
want to
sad.
talk to me, and I didn't even want to talk to you about the game. I called you, and you were grumpy, and I was like, "Dude, I don't even want to talk about the game. I didn't watch it. I was sleeping." You didn't work that night. I did. How was it? Yeah. All right. You don't want to talk. I see.
Yes, I was not amused. Once again, Ohio State beats Penn State. We're jinxed. They get a bye if they pass Oregon in the rankings, which is virtually impossible. So yeah.
Oregon would
So
have to lose. I want to say though, I thought the Penn State Ohio State game was a well fought game from all the things I got to watch when I woke up and some of the replays I saw. I thought they played very well. I mean, either Ohio State isn't as good as everybody says they are, or Penn State's better than people are saying they are. You know what I
well,
mean? I don't.
they only dropped us to 6, so they don't think we're too bad. The reason we kept the game so close probably because your left tackle and our
Garbage.
yeah, he wasn't that good, and
No.
our pass rusher Abdul Carter got to him time and time again. So
Yeah,
the quarterback did a good job being elusive and getting out of the way. So give him credit.
he just runs to the right every time. He just
And
right
he's a
away. He
Penn
goes
State
hike,
fan. That's the thing
hike, and
that
he
killed me.
hike and he runs right. He just goes hike and goes that way right away. It's
Yeah,
it's
right.
it's an easy thing. Blitz the right side always for us because the left tackle is giving up. It's amazing that you can get to Ohio State, be a left tackle, and be that poor. Actually,
And
you
be
know what I
not that
mean?
good yet.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Turns out you're 6'6", 338, but can't do the show.
yep, Orlando Pace, the guy that just got to the Cardinals, all these great left tackles. How did you even become? I didn't think you could be that bad and be that on the Ohio State Buckeyes. You know what I mean? I thought you had to at least be somewhat stable. You know what I mean? So, but no, he's been a topic of conversation in like probably 3 of the last 4 games. Probably Nebraska, he was a topic of conversation because Nebraska apparently, and I think that's why Nebraska was so close. You know what I mean? Once again, there's not enough time for these wide receivers to go and do their wide receiver thing. So I don't know. Hopefully, we figure it out. Florida gave Georgia some fits in the beginning. I thought for a minute there, Florida had some kind of like secret formula. Pick off the quarterback 3 times. Don't let him score any points.
That's a good plan.
It is. I did. I
It
thought it
worked.
was a great plan. I thought, Mr. Pineapple from Georgia, I thought he threw 3 interceptions, and I thought that was kind of crazy. You know what I mean? And And in
That
the
might
end,
cost
Georgia's ended up kicking their ass.
that might cost him his #1 draft status. Shador Sanders says thank you.
Yeah, right. The Shador doesn't throw that many interceptions, and Shador's pretty, he's pretty confident and accurate with his throws. I just don't think he makes it in the pros. But when I watch him throw the ball, he's got no problem throwing to the sidelines at 100 miles an hour. So you know what I mean, and usually pretty close to being accurate. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, no doubt.
Miami in the is this okay? This is my big question of the day.
Yeah. You should have let me research this first, but go ahead.
I'm just going to throw this at you. Is this a possible sighting of what we loved back in the day, with Miami sitting at 4 and putting a beat down on Duke? Are we seeing the resurgence of the Hurricanes?
I mean, we knew they were going to have a good year this year with the Heisman candidate Cam Ward. There's a decent chance if they slip a little bit that we could get a convicts versus Catholics again, because Notre Dame's in the top 12. That would be interesting to get a reunition of Notre Dame Miami. I don't think Miami's that good. They don't have any competition in the ACC, so I don't really see them slipping unless Texas maybe wins out. Then maybe they bump Texas above Miami.
Right. And listen, I understand you said no competition in the ACC. The competition they did have was Duke, and they put a pretty good beat down on Duke.
Yeah.
So that
Duke's
pretty
not
much
good.
so I mean, you got to show up to get people to show up.
Yeah, I don't think they'll win a playoff game.
Okay. You got to win a playoff game to get all the kids to come back. You know what I mean? You got to start to you got to be Miami of Michael Irv. You got to be the old school Hurricanes. I was hoping.
Ooh.
I don't mind.
Could see Miami Penn State in the second round. That would be interesting.
There you go. There's a game. We still saw Penn State Miami back in the day. Back in the day, Miami was a team to deal with, and I like that team. You know what I mean?
1983,
Florida.
Vinny Testaverde. We picked them off 5 times, baby. We are.
Yeah.
Remember, like it's
Joe
yesterday.
Paul would be proud of this episode of the FB and Goob show.
That's right.
He would be. So Alabama, Boise State needs to get into the playoffs for the kid to have a chance at the Heisman, correct?
I don't think that matters. But yeah, they got to beat UNLV one more time in the championship game. Should be easy enough. I see Boise getting in.
I like it.
Yeah, I watched that kid a little bit on Friday. He's got a little more juice than I thought. I thought he'd just kind of be a big, fast guy. Kid's got some elusiveness, some 360.
You watched the
Boise
injured
State.
version.
The Boise State, yeah.
Yeah, he had the shoulder, the arm injury, right?
Yeah, I want to see him healthy because his feet look bouncy. His feet look bouncy.
Yeah, he looked more concerned a little bit about his arm sometimes than he did about, and that's just because playing injured. I'm going to be in the pros here soon. God damn it.
Right.
So I'm
No
excited
doubt.
for college football to move on. Listen, it's getting close. We got all our big games to come. But hockey is definitely leading the way.
Hockey, man. We got like 3 teams that have won I don't know, 6 games in a row right now. So it was tough making my pick for teams of the week. So I'm just going to make all 3 of them. Winnipeg, Florida, and Carolina have all just keep beating the crap out of everyone. So those are my 3 teams of the week. I was going to give it to straight up Panthers because they
Can't
won all
have
their
3
games by
teams
2
of the
plus.
week.
All right, so the Panthers got the Sam Bonies leading their team, so they get they're the player performers of the week. So your freaking Panthers get that. How about that?
That's like twice in 3 weeks.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, Carolina, Florida, and Winnipeg, they've lost like 3 games combined or something. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
You got any performers of the week there, Cal, man?
I don't have any performers of the week, but I'm sure the guy that runs this damn thing does. I mean, let's get that guy back out here. Yeah, I got performers of the week. What's going on?
I don't know. I think that's the section we're on.
What?
I think that's what section we're on.
Oh, nice. Hey, listen, I do. I got my performer of the week, and it's simple. It's not Freddie Freeman. It could have been because his week just kept going. But Shohei Ohtani playing through the injury, showing his team that he's a leader, and it doesn't matter. I just go out there to play to win baseball. Let's get this World Series done.
My
I think that's great leadership. I think that shows you what we get for the next 10 years, which is a superstar.
or a
And
guy with one shoulder.
and my performer of the week, who had surgery today on his little torn labia or whatever it is.
Sure, he is a ghetto doctor.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the guy's probably in some alley or something. Um, but it's fixed, and hopefully pitching. I wonder, does that shoulder affect the pitching here?
Everything affects everything, my friend.
That sucks, right? Have that shoulder injury, and then it slows down the pitching for next year. But I can't wait. Sky's the limit. We get the other guy coming from Japan this year, along with
Maybe.
Yamamoto and Shohei, and I think back to back. I think we'll be Blaney. Well, we're gonna start to call that the Blaney. So, you got any performers? What you got?
You're gonna actually like this one, but it is soccer. It's the Champions League once again was fantastic today. Your boys, the Kings of Scotland, Celtic, were
Oh, Celts.
victorious.
That was my
Yeah.
grandfather's team lad.
Yes, they had a big win over one of the German powerhouses. So they won big. AC Milan won big over Real Madrid, and then Man City lost. So we had two of the giants of soccer getting beat today by kind of our favorite teams, and then yeah, it was a good day. I enjoyed it. Pulisic involved in two more goals. Christian is the man.
Well,
I'm done.
that's amazing. Are you excited for anything? Are you excited for anything this week, buddy?
Yes, I am. Number one, Kansas in college basketball will be playing my North Carolina Tar Heels on Friday on ESPN2 at 1 o'clock Eastern Time.
It's so funny. After this last couple years of college basketball, I am not excited about Kentucky. I'm not excited about college basketball. There's no dominance anymore in the Kentucky. Everybody's transferred. Everybody's
It's
got
brutal.
9 seniors. Not as
Carolina got,
excited this year for college football or basketball, sorry.
I got
I'm
RJ Davis back.
I'm very excited for this last race in NASCAR. I would like to see Tyler Reddick in my second year of a Tyler Reddick fan, or year and a half, 2.5 years of being a Tyler Reddick fan. I'd take a championship. I'd
Good luck, sir.
celebrate. Hey, listen,
Hey,
check it out. If I get a Tyler Reddick championship this Sunday, I'll have gone back to back. Dodgers, Reddick. I'm FB.
I'm the goob.
Peace.